Felix Gruman was born in Kishinev, Moldova. His mother, tragically, died in an accident when he was very young, and he was basically raised by his grandparents in Jackson Heights, Queens. So you went to public school,
Yes.
high school?
Yes.
What
Working.
was your connection to Judaism then?
None.
There was no Jewish observance in your life at all?
No. We went to shul, but when, services were over, it's back to television at home.
So it's a couple of years ago, and you begin to search in shuls. You've been to go to various different shuls,
Yes.
looking for anything, something that will spark you. And what happens when you go into the shul?
I knew I needed to speak to somebody. I needed somebody to hear me out. That was very difficult, apparently. I felt like, of all the places to seek sanctity and salvation, a shul would have been the place to go do that.
I think we need to stop right here. There I am, sitting with Chaim. He's telling me he's walking into one shul after the other. He's searching. And it gets me thinking, what would I do? What would any of us do? Meet Abe. We asked Abe if he would go into a shul in a heavy populated frum area in order to answer my question, what would happen? With constant minyanim around the clock, we wondered as Abe stands alone. Does anybody care? Will anyone approach him? Does anyone even notice that he's there? Will anyone even remember that Abe was standing right next to them? Let's listen.
Do you recognize this fellow?
Yes.
You
He was
do
actually
recognize him.
sitting right in front of me.
Did you have any thought about maybe you wanted to approach him or not? Or
I was thinking about it. It looked like a person that perhaps I should have approached.
what does he look like to you?
I can't figure it out. I did not see his face, but he looks like a person that's looking.
Looking. What is wrong? Why don't we go up there and say hi?
That's a very good question.
From minyan to minyan to minyan. Nothing really changed. I wonder what Abe was thinking. I wonder what Abe was feeling. I wonder what Felix was feeling when this was happening to him.
I almost wasn't surprised. I wasn't shocked. I almost expected what I had the first few tries. But I was persistent.
So one Sunday morning, regular Sunday morning, I was davening, and in walks in this very young man. He just sat down in the chair and took out a art scroll sitter and just started reading and looking at it. And I kept on saying to myself, should I approach him? Should I approach him? So I walked over to him, and the first thing I said to him was, hi, you want to put on a pair of tefillin?
Just like that?
Just like that. It was the first thing that came out of my mouth.
Maybe
Hi.
a little
I was a
tremble?
little nervous, yeah. I was a little nervous.
A guy named David, he introduces himself and he said, hey, would you like to wear my tefillin? That went beyond what I would have even hoped for. He put his tefillin on me. That was amazing.
I said, okay. So we started putting on the tefillin. He said the bracha with me of putting on the tefillin. He repeated each word. And you can tell he was emotional. He was definitely emotional about it.
From that point on, I knew that, wow, this is a guy I could communicate with. He showed me another side of Judaism that I would have only, wished to have heard, but finally I got to see it for myself.
We had like this weekly field trip. There was a Judaica store in Queens. We'd buy a pair of tzitzits, or he would want to buy a Tanakh, or he would want to buy a Chumash, and you can see he was thirsty to want to learn more.
When he got me a pair of tefillin, that was an investment that somebody made on me. I felt like he barely knew me to, you know, make that kind of commitment, but he did. I couldn't believe it. You never know. Yeah, you really never know who's waiting for you to approach them. And so it's only taking one step forward, and Hashem does the rest. You never know who that quiet person, that new person in shul may be, and what they're hoping to have when they come to shul. But it starts with that first, that first hello.
It was intense. It's one of the best things I ever did.